Salutations, friends and strangers of the interwebs. Welcome back to the channel, Stevie Wonder Woman. I am said Stevie. I'm out today on the Sauk River, out in Darrington, Washington, and I am ready to do my full review of the MBK Monterey Bay Knives Pinscher. So, let's not waste any time, and I am going to switch to a top-down view and give you my thoughts. All right, so here we are with a top-down look at the MBK, that's Monterey Bay Knives Pinscher. I am recording this from the banks of the mighty Sauk River in Darrington, Washington. And I figured, what the heck, while I'm out here, good time to talk about it, I guess, because in my mind, this is the variant with the white storm fat carbon, and it's white and been stormy out. So yeah, I figured, what the heck. But no, I've been carrying this knife since I got it a couple of weeks ago, a lot. And I think it's a great knife. One of the better knives that I've gotten in this year, for sure. You can see the blades a little bit goobered up. That's probably tape residue. I carried this all day recently on Christmas Eve and did a lot of boxes opening and cut a bunch of zip ties. And yeah, I have been carrying this a lot. Let's, I guess, talk about how it carries. It does have the milled titanium pocket clip there, and it's not super deep carry at all, but it does go in and out of pockets very, very well. I have no problems whatsoever with how this carries. And the fact that it has been in and out of pocket a lot, you don't see any snail trails on it, really. I mean, maybe some, but again, it's been holding up really well. It's a great feeling in hand. The scales are nice and contoured. You got the body screws do stick up. I guess these are button head style screws there. Focus, damn it, focus. Well, I guess my camera's not going to focus. So because of the way the knife is, the handles are contoured, they do stick up a little bit. You got I believe all T8 on the pivot and body screws. I could be off. Those might be T6 actually. Nope, they're T8. And the White Storm fat carbon, you feel next to no transition there. I mean, you feel it a little bit on the inlay, but not much at all. Just got snow on my hank. There we go. But, you know, there's no gaps or anything, so the finish is really, really done really well. This is again, MBK Monterey Bay Knives, designed by Ray Laconico. This is my only Ray Laconico knife. It called to me for a little bit. The original that they have is all plain titanium in M390. This is, like I said, because the fat carbon inlay, and then it is, let's see, will that focus there? No, why won't you focus? ZDP 189 on the steel. I believe they are calling this a harpoon point. I think I called it a clip point. I'm not entirely sure what they're calling that. Again, I don't pay too much attention to the specs, guys, obviously. It's more about how the knife performs for me. I don't care too much about, again, grinds, although the grind on this is, you know, it's a really tall grind, and then it's kind of got like that other secondary bevel there. It's extremely slicey, man. Sorry, tree, you were my guinea pig there for a minute. You know, it's a great great slicing knife. Let's talk about, again, the Ergos on it. A lot of it has to do with the way they did this flipper tab. So there is some nice jimping. It does stick into a bit of a pocket pekka, but you see how it's actually kind of the way it's swept there. Your finger lands on it really well. And then, although there isn't, a finger choil, there's a sharpening choil. The way that flipper tab comes out does allow me to choke up on that knife really well. And although my finger is on the edge of the knife, it's not bad. I don't feel I'm bearing down on this knife, and it's not slicing me. So when I'm all the way back though, I still get a full 4 on it. So the Ergos on this are great. The access to the lock bar, so the lock bar seems fairly loose, right? But you just barely disengage that and it drops shut. I mean, you saw when I unboxed it, I sliced myself. I've gotten used to it, but this is a drop shut action knife. Still completely centered, so you can see there. And I've been using this knife a lot. I would consider this a full review on this. Not super long term, but it's been a couple weeks. And I gotta say, I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it. Like I said, it's been calling to me. I know MBK is a great company. But the plain one just didn't really, as much as I wanted to try it, didn't call to me as much as this one here. And shout out to my buddy Ken for giving me the heads up when this dropped on Instagram. They only made 4 of these, I believe, and I was able to snag one of them. So when I saw the white carbon, white fat carbon, or white storm fat carbon, Arctic storm fat carbon, I forget what it's called, I knew I had to have this one. And again, you can see the different, the blade shape is just, it's great. I'd love this in a stone washed, honestly. I'm not a big satin blade fan. As a user knife, looks aren't everything, but it does get gunked up looking a lot more. I'm going to have to try to clean that up a little bit. No big deal, though. I would give this knife, it's going to be definitely in my top 5 of 2021. It's great. Again, the way it carries, the performance of it, the drop shut action on it, the fact that it is an awesome design by Ray Laconico. And again, shout out to MBK, Monterey Bay Knives. There's a couple more. I would really like to try a Sea Otter. I would love to get the Field Trekker fixed blade as well. And then maybe try the Swayback. I think I'd like to give that a try as well. But this was my first experience with them, and I would have no problem trying another one of their knives. So, yeah. Again, just this rivals the action on my J-Cape. Which is probably, I'm ready to do a video on, is probably my knife of the year. I can't decide between the J-Cape and the Nimble, to be honest with you, but the J-Cape really has the best action of any knives. I guess that would be my one complaint against this knife, is that it is a flipper only, but at least it's done really well. I mean, this knife might not have the fidget factor, but I guess that's definitely plays into a great knife, right? When it has everything and it's fidget friendly. But this knife, I can fidget with it. It just only has the one deployment, but then it's done so well. I can't really fail this. I mean, if I actually try to fail it. No. I'm trying to fail this. Just really being lazy with it. Okay, there. I had to try really hard to fail it. But, so if it's going to be a flipper only, they dialed this detent perfectly. I mean, it's great. And again, I had to just do the most slight adjustment to the pivot, backed it off just a nanoscoche to get it to drop shut like that. But again, it's hands down one of the best action knives I have. yeah, so top 5 for sure. Absolutely for sure. So there it is. That is the Monterey Bay Knives MBK Pinscher in White Storm Fat Carbon ZDP 189, designed by Ray Laconico. Fantastic knife. If you guys get a chance to pick one of these up, and regardless of the variant that you get, Big Red has the JB has the lava fat carbon, the red lava. Whether it has the fat carbon inlay or not, check out the MBK Pinscher. I highly recommend this. I think I'm going to send it down to my brother John at Knife Nerd Reviews so he can check this out. I'd really like to see his take on it as well. But yeah, well done, MBK. Well done indeed. All right. So there you have it, folks. My full review, my take on the Monterey Bay Knives Pinscher. One thing I didn't really point out is I am wearing gloves, and even with gloves, this thing is easy to manipulate. These aren't big, bulky gloves by any means, just some mechanics generic gloves, but even if you are wearing gloves, know that this thing is easy to manipulate, easy to open, easy to close. So there it is. Again, appreciate everybody checking out the video. Shout out to Monterey Bay Knives. My ass is freezing, so I'm gonna get off of this frozen rock that I'm on. And just like the last video I recorded out here, I'm going to end with a nice shot of the Sauk River. I'm at the White Chuck boat launch on the outer bank of the river. Beautiful, ain't it? All right. One last shot. Monterey Bay Knives Pinscher. Until the next one, deuces.